If you are struggling with people not showing up or a low conversion rate, then please watch this video. This was a video for our exclusive community. So it was actually a live event on Facebook, but I'm just pushing it on YouTube right now because I think it's extremely helpful. And so if you want to join our exclusive community, you can also join it by clicking somewhere on a link below. Probably it's somewhere there. So yeah, this is the subject of today: how to double your conversion rate and get a 90% show rate on all your calls. A little bit about me for the people that don't know me yet. I've built and scaled multiple businesses. They collectively did over multiple millions in sales. And right now we are scaling 10x revenue framework, where we help agency owners, coaches, and consultants scale to 100K a month with automated outbound ecosystems and a lot of other different really cool stuff. But that's not why we are here. We are here to give you a training. I'm here to really give you a training. So let's dive in. So double your conversion and get a 90% show rate. That's the topic of today. But let's talk about show rate first, and then we are going to talk about the doubling of conversion rate. I'm also somewhere at the end, I'm going to explain something, a certain market shift that is happening right now. And that's a certain insight that I got from my mentor that made like 90 million last year. And he's literally on top of everything in the online space. So he literally knows and feels every single thing that's happening. So that's why I know the information is legit. And I know that there's actually really a market shift happening right now that I'm going to explain as well, which has to do with conversion rates and some other things as well. But overall, it's just helpful. So let's dive in. So the average show rate is going to be somewhere between 70 to 80%. It depends what you have set up already. Some industries have like a 50% show rate, but it really depends. It depends on like the industry. It depends on the friction and follow funnel, how they were booked, and what you are already doing right now. If you already have automations, if you personalize the reminders or whatever. So it really depends. I will explain a few things you can do to maximize the show rate of all your appointments. And I'm going to share a few things to double your conversion rate by increasing trust before the close. And please understand that this is on cold outbound traffic. So you will probably not double conversions with people that already know you. It will still really help with increasing conversions, but it's crucial when you're really doing cold outbound marketing. So when you have a Facebook group, you're posting a lot of content, it's still really valuable, but it won't double. It may be like, it will probably increase it with like 25%, but like the conversion rates on cold traffic, it will literally double. We literally saw double the conversions when we implemented this. So I'm not joking when I make these claims, it's true. And so we literally doubled it, but with like people that already know you, it won't double it because that will be a little bit of a higher conversion already. So if you correctly create a certain video sales letter, it will double the conversions on cold traffic. So there are other things beside a video sales letter, but we will dive into this. So let's dive in. First of all, the first thing you need to do, or what the salesperson needs to do, is a personal text reminder from the salesperson. And this happens the day before if the call is in the morning, and otherwise the morning itself if the call is in the afternoon or evening. And you should already be in contact with the lead via WhatsApp, SMS, and LinkedIn and Facebook. And I'll explain this a little bit later. But it's important that they are reminded for the call personally to ensure people show up more often. It's really strange. Some people might say like, hey, I already have automated reminders via Calendly, so I already sent these messages. It's not the same. It's completely different, because I see people that have a 50% show rate with these automatic reminders. It's good as well. We still need to have those, but then add the personalization and get a 90%. And it's so crucial because people just know it's automated, these reminders. But if it's personal, someone literally send it to their WhatsApp with like a personal message, they know another person is expecting them to be on the call, and then they will show up more often. To just give an explanation on what you can say, it's like, hey Roy, I look forward to meeting you tomorrow at X time. Do you have the link? So the reason why we ask for the link is a confirmation that they will show up, and then a commitment is made by letting them tell you they have the link. We don't say, hey, are we still good for it at that time? Because then we give them sort of way out or something like that. We give them a way out. But if we say, do you have the link? We don't say like, hey, are you still available? Because then it's easier for people to say, yeah, I need to reschedule or something like that. And we want to have like the maximum show up rate possible, of course. So they send, do you have the link? If you don't get a response, just do a question mark, final follow-up 60 minutes before the call. If they don't respond, hey name, please let me know, or I need to cancel the call. And if they responded, just say, great, talk to you soon. So this is important. The salesperson will already be in contact with them. And so this is more compliant as well, but I'll explain that a little bit later. So set up automated emails and SMS to remind them of the appointment. There's another thing, just a quick fix to just make sure that they actually don't forget it, even if they confirmed. So one email and SMS when they just booked, and multiple reminders, email and SMS reminders before the meeting. So as you can see, 24 hours before the meeting, we have one email, 2 hours before the meeting, one email. Then an SMS reminder 4 hours before the meeting, and 1 hour before the meeting as well. If you want these reminder scripts, we have these reminder scripts. Please comment reminder scripts to eventually get a reminder scripts. Then I'll just send it over to you, and they can always like check it out, and they can implement it for yourself as well. Then qualifying questions before they can book. This causes a higher friction, and if there's a higher friction to book the call, they are more likely to show up. Why? Because they already did something in order to get or in order to book the call. So this means they remember it better, and they already spent and invested some time. So we can have an application before they can book the call and asking them questions to qualify them. So this is important, but some people go heavy on the qualification while they don't have a lot of sales calls. So if you're starting, get as many people on the call and improve your sales skills. So you need to literally, if you are a business owner, coach, agency, your sales skills are extremely important. So do not cancel many calls because then you can learn a little bit more. But if you can't help the person, you should just cancel the call. But otherwise, there's no reason to cancel at the start, because you just need to have as many calls as possible so you can improve your sales skills, improve your scripting, and eventually just help these people. To give you an example, some people have a financial qualifier in their questions, like, hey, do you have X amount, or do you have money to invest? I would not really do it at the start, because eventually you just need to have as many calls as possible. But it depends. So at the start, I would probably not do it, but it depends on your calls and the volume. Because eventually, if you have a sales team, you have like insane amounts of calls. We, for example, had that issue. We have a lot of calls, but we want to sort of have the quality higher so that we can handle more better calls with fewer people. And so we eventually implemented the financial qualifier, but before, in the first months and months of the business, we didn't have this question. Why will we do this? Is because a lot of people are not always honest with these questions. They say like, yeah, I don't have money, but they just say it because then they think they might need to pay less, or they're not getting pitched. So that's the reason why a lot of people are actually not honest with these questions. And so then like so many times, I know for sure people said like, hey, I don't have money. If I would have that question before, they would say, I don't have money. But eventually we hopped on the call, they had money, and we closed them. So like eventually, if you have a salesperson, you want to keep the call and the quality even higher and higher and higher, you want to increase the quality, then you can add it. But at the start, don't add it. Just get everyone on the call, because a lot of people will actually say no, and then you would cancel the call, for example. Well, you could actually close them if you just didn't have that question. So don't have it. If you're starting out, you don't have a lot of volume, you can implement it later if you have a salesperson and you want to qualify the people a little bit better. So again, even if they didn't have the resources, you could still close them if you have a properly designed sales process, because many people are not really honest with the questions. So how do we increase the conversions? We need to create a highly converting video sales letter and add it to your funnel. So this is something that is one of the reasons why we increase our conversion. Why should we have a video sales letter on cold outbound traffic? Why? Because then they know, like, trust you more, you have more authority, and there are so many other different things that are important. Because eventually sales is also belief shifting. They need to have the right beliefs in order to buy your product. And if you only have the sales call, you can hit certain beliefs, but it's harder to hit them all. But if you have a video sales letter, you probably already hit some beliefs in the video sales letter, which leads to an easier close and which leads to them already understanding that you are an authority and you know that where you talk about. But again, this only works if you design the video sales letter in the correct way. So I have like certain video sales letter training for that as well. They give you a bit of a better explanation. Sell them on the method and on their way to success, not on your product in the video sales letter. You should actually teach them something in a video sales letter that is valuable for them, shows that you are the authority in your space. So this is sort of a training that you give them. A method means a way to get from A to B, for example. And to give you a bit of context, in some markets, people already know that a certain method works, but they just didn't get it working for them. So it also depends a bit on the market itself, how you will structure your video sales letter. Because if you have a business opportunity offer, so this means like you sell people that are in a 9-to-5, a sort of business opportunity, then most of the time it's extremely important to first just sell the method in all the marketing and in the sales call. And in the sales call, they already sold on the method and they can explain to them your product and get the sale. So what is a method? For example, it might be dropshipping, Amazon selling, high ticket closing, certain way of achieving results, maybe paid ads, maybe organic, maybe outbound marketing. So there are a lot of different things that is a method in order to achieve a certain result. And prospects should be sold on the method first before they will ever buy a product. I think I did something wrong here. But if they're not sold on the method, you can explain your product, but then it's hard to sell them. So this is extremely important. This is literally one of the things that doubled our conversion rate, because all of a sudden I was able to show my expertise already. We could show some case studies in the training. We could do a lot of different things in order to make sure they know we are legit and we can actually get them the results, and that we have a certain special way to eventually help them. And we really have a special way. Like our offer is like never seen before. I'm really excited about our offer, but that's not for this training, not for this video. So then they can see that you are special, you have a special method, and that you can actually bring them results. And that's what the video sales letter does, together with hitting certain beliefs they need to hit in order to have an easier close. So if you want to know how to create a video sales letter, please comment video sales letter underneath. Then I will send you the training so that you know how to create a video sales letter. Then sending multiple things before the call. Should we do this or not? So sending 10 things they need to do before one thing. What I would recommend, just send one thing, because if you send 10 things, they won't do all 10. They will do none of them. But if you send one thing and ask them for a confirmation on watching that or doing a certain thing, they will most of the time do it. But if you give them 10 things, you can't really let them do it. So what you need to do in order to let them watch the video sales letter training, you need to send them a personalized confirmation text with the video sales letter training, asking them if they will watch it before the call. So this is crucial. This is already showing like personality, that we WhatsApp them or SMS them, preferably WhatsApp if they have WhatsApp, otherwise SMS. And then they are already in touch with you or your closer or your salesperson. And then they can just chat with the person already and they are already in touch, which eventually results in a higher show up rate as well. But they should watch this video training before the call, and it should actually teach them something that they value, and it shifts certain beliefs. So for example, this is an example of a text. Hey name, this is name from team. We'll be having a call together in a few days. Quick question, Roy put together a video now exactly how he goes from A to B using method. Will you watch this before the call? It will make a huge difference in your understanding of the stuff before we get in the nitty gritty. It's like, and they say the time, and they ask them for a confirmation. Will you watch it before the call? Link. And then they give a confirmation that they commit, and then you need to eventually follow them up until they really do it. And this will just make sure that they actually watch it to increase the desire, and they already know that you are an authority in the space and that you are legit. And this will eventually increase trust and desire because you demonstrated your value and expertise already before they hopped on the call. So make sure they gave you the commitment of watching the video in text and in the qualification question. So you can also in the qualification questions have a certain question with like, hey, will you watch a 20-minute video before our call? It's crucial in order to understand our system. And say, yes, I will. I promise to watch it. And then no, I can't watch it. And then they already gave a commitment, and they do a double commitment in the text, and then they will really watch it, but we still need to follow them up. So when should you send it? It's already explained a little bit. Do it before the first call, since we usually have a one call process. It depends on your call process, but just let them watch it before the first call ready to make sure that they really watch it. And so that they know we are an expert in what we do. And so for example, if we will do a 2-call close if the closer first need to ask a few things to ensure we only guarantee things to people we can actually get results for. And if it's a 2-call close, we'll ensure we send more information about our business and give them multiple pieces of training already before to demonstrate their value. So to explain this a little bit better, before the first call, send them the video sales letter, make sure to follow them up and let them watch it. Then if it's a 2-call close, then let them join the Facebook group, send them some valuable information before the second call to make sure they see you're really legit already. So always send the video before the first call, immediately after the call is scheduled, follow them up daily until they watch the video. And try to get them in your Facebook group or audience as well, so they know you are an authority besides the video sales letter they already watched. And this is a little bit harder if you're still selling yourself, since the main goal is just watching the video sales letter. If you try to let them do 2 things, they might not do it. So the first goal is just to let them watch the video sales letter. Eventually, when you have a closer, it's easier, but we'll get into this a little bit later. So more contact points and time watched is more trust before the closing call. So if you have a salesperson, let the salesperson SMS or WhatsApp them to get them to watch the video. And then this is the another hack. In the meantime, you as the business owner, add them on Facebook or LinkedIn yourself as well, and ask them if they want to join your group if you have one, and otherwise just add them on these channels. And this is okay, because since we are asking 2 different things, but by 2 different people and channels. So normally only one thing, you should focus on letting them do one thing. But if there are 2 different people that are asking them something in 2 different channels, then it's okay. Because the salesperson can ask for a confirmation, and you yourself on your Facebook profile can ask for a confirmation as well. And then ask them to join the group and add them on the social channels, and join the group, of course, if you have a group. And this also builds more trust, and they even have more opportunities to see that you're an expert and that you are posting content. They can also have a thank you page, have a redirection to a thank you page with information about their appointment. This also is an extra contact point with you again. The thank you page video should address a few things: confirm the appointment in the calendar, show them where they can find the Zoom link, explaining to them that there's a no tolerance for no-shows. So if you don't show up, you can't rebook. Tell them to prep for the call and be in a quiet room. Let them know they should watch the video sales letter. And you can ask them to join the Facebook group already. And there should be a button to join, and explain them a little bit on what they can expect. Like maximum 5 minutes, rather like 4. We are doing a lot of things there, but for the thank you page, it's okay, because they just see it. Maybe they will do everything, but then they just know what to expect for the call. If you want to see our thank you page and how we structured it, comment thank you page, and I will send you an example of our thank you page. So this is the secret thing, the market shift that I'm going to explain right now. So this is the increasing importance of demonstration, and demonstration of value and expertise becomes more and more important because the market is a little bit shifting to people that can actually show that they are really the expert in what they do. And I have like a lot of different insane insights from like my mentor. He did like 90 million last year. He's like on top of every single thing. So he sees these things. He have multiple brands from like info products or agencies in the online space. So he literally sees and feels every market shift that's happening. And this is one of the insights. And eventually real people with real value will survive and scammers will finally fail. And how do we demonstrate our value? It's by eventually pushing content and explaining that you're expert, showing that you have an expertise. Because first I didn't want to push content that much, but it becomes more and more and more important to show your expertise online because the trust in the market is going down because there are just so many people that actually don't really know what they're talking about. And so they don't always post content. But if you post content, then people can actually see that you are an expert. And eventually this becomes more and more important. So if you want to survive, you should demonstrate your value and show people you know what you're talking about. And even if you are an agency owner that does done for you services, you should demonstrate your value and expertise online, or you will only get a more challenging time to sell and it will be more and more and harder and harder and harder. And this means your video sales letter is more critical and the flow of how you convert and follow up with customers becomes more relevant than ever. Because the video sales letter is a demonstration asset. In your video sales letter, you demonstrate your expertise. And so this is also one of the reasons why a video sales letter is so important, because you can demonstrate your expertise in a video sales letter, which leads to more trust and which leads to eventually people knowing that you are the authority. And the beauty of this all is that with outbound marketing, and if you have an outbound ecosystem, we can perfectly combine this with content marketing. Because why? Because many people get to know us on a daily basis. And so many people, if done correctly, can be pushed to your audience without you needing to run ads or do strange things to grow your audience of people who demonstrate your, of people you can demonstrate your value to. So the outbound will eventually book a lot of calls with people who are ready, and the people who are not ready will be pushed to your audience for you to demonstrate your value. And this eventually creates an insane feedback loop of booked calls while building an audience to which you could show your expertise. So this is like, it's insane because I see so many people posting a lot of content online and they're doing all sorts of like organic marketing, content marketing, but no one checks it out. Like, it's not really valuable. Even if you post so much value, but no one checks it out, they're wasting your time. And so if you have a outbound ecosystem, you run outbound, and a part of that, of those leads in the outbound ecosystem go to your content, then you will grow your content marketing. And then if you also have a way to nurture the audience properly and remind them that you're there, then you will grow at an insane rate. And it's much faster than just pushing content, hoping that new people will eventually watch your content. And so, yeah, it's just, this is something we are testing out or actually we are trying already, and we see that it's working really well. We just push people to our Facebook group, they join, we grow our audience, and like the rest grows as well. And we like eventually share YouTube videos and do a lot of different things to push the outbound traffic to our organic audience as well. And then everything just really grows. So that's it. That's it for the video. So more extreme value is incoming. I'm going to make my content so good that it's better than any other paid course out there. So stay tuned.